The man who was stoned to death. Once upon a time, in the ancient land of Israel, there lived a man named Naboth. He was the proud owner of a vineyard, which had been passed down through his family for generations. This vineyard was not just a piece of land to Naboth. It was his heritage, his livelihood, and a source of great joy. One day, the wicked King Ahab, who ruled over Israel, became enamored with Naboth's vineyard. The king desired it so strongly that it consumed his thoughts day and night. Ahab approached Naboth and offered to buy the vineyard or exchange it for a better one. However, Naboth, deeply rooted in his love for his family inheritance, refused the king's offer. He said to Ahab, "The Lord forbid that I should give you the inheritance of my fathers." 1 Kings 21:3. Upon hearing Naboth's refusal, King Ahab was filled with anger and frustration. He returned to his palace and sulked, unable to accept that he could not possess what he desired. Queen Jezebel, Ahab's cunning and wicked wife, noticed his distress and asked him the reason behind it. Ahab explained the situation with Naboth's vineyard. Jezebel, known for her wickedness and disregard for God's commandments, devised a plan to satisfy Ahab's desire. She sent letters in Ahab's name, sealed with his seal, to the elders and nobles of the city where Naboth lived. In these letters, she ordered them to falsely accuse Naboth of blasphemy and treason against the king. The plan was for Naboth to be stoned to death, clearing the way for Ahab to seize his vineyard. The elders and nobles, influenced by Jezebel's authority and Ahab's position as king, followed her instructions without question. They accused Naboth publicly, and he was unjustly condemned to death by stoning, based on false charges. This tragic turn of events was a blatant violation of God's commandments, as the 9th commandment clearly states, "You shall not bear false witness against your neighbor." Exodus 20:16. The news of Naboth's death reached Ahab, and he wasted no time in seizing the vineyard that had cost an innocent man his life. But God was not pleased with Ahab's wickedness. He sent the prophet Elijah to confront Ahab, delivering a message from the Lord. Elijah pronounced God's judgment upon Ahab, saying, "In the place where dogs licked up the blood of Naboth, dogs shall lick your own blood." 1 Kings 21:19. The story of Naboth teaches us several important lessons. First and foremost, it warns us about the destructive power of greed and covetousness. King Ahab's desire for Naboth's vineyard consumed him to the point of disregarding justice, leading to the loss of an innocent life and his own downfall. The Bible reminds us, "Keep your life free from love of money and be content with what you have." Hebrews 13:5. Furthermore, the story highlights the importance of integrity and standing firm in our convictions. Naboth's refusal to part with his ancestral inheritance demonstrated his commitment to honoring God's commandments and preserving his family's legacy. It encourages us to hold fast to our values, even when faced with pressure or temptation. It teaches us that no deceit or wrongdoing can escape God's sight, and He will hold us accountable for our actions, whether in this life or the next. The story of Naboth also underscores the importance of justice and compassion. The unjust condemnation and execution of Naboth highlight the grave consequences of corrupt leadership and the disregard for the rights and well-being of others. It serves as a call to advocate for justice and stand against oppression, ensuring that the innocent are protected and treated fairly. Additionally, the story demonstrates the power of God's prophets and their role in speaking truth to power. Elijah's bold confrontation of Ahab and Jezebel and his prophetic message of judgment emphasize the significance of listening to the voice of God and standing up for righteousness, even in the face of adversity. In conclusion, the story of Naboth in the Bible serves as a cautionary tale, warning us against the dangers of greed, deceit, and oppression. It teaches us the importance of integrity, justice, and compassion, while reminding us that God sees all and will ultimately bring justice to those who transgress His commandments. May we learn from the lessons of Naboth's story and strive to live lives that honor God and respect our fellow human beings. Finally, the story serves as a reminder that God sees and judges all actions, even those done in secret. Ahab and Jezebel's plot to acquire Naboth's vineyard seemed successful at first, but God was aware of their wickedness and pronounced his judgment upon them. It teaches us that no deceit or wrongdoing. Thanks for watching. You're blessed and lifted. Please subscribe.